was debating for months. I was still recording while we was going over this EP, but I named it The Kid because it's my first one. I started talking about more recent things like college experiences and life after that, after hooping and knowing that you're not gonna hoop no more. You know, everybody want to hoop.
That realization.
Yeah, going through that. I got stuff I'm talking about now, like that's more current, but I had to get that off. I had to shout out the people and everything and the place that made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do The Kid. That's like, if to understand me, that's where you got to start.
Yo. We are back. It is This Side of Jersey podcast.
The gang.
The number one podcast in the world.
Self-appointed.
For now.
Gang.
Be sure if you're listening to watch us on YouTube. Or if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I am one of your three amazing hosts today. Or two, I'm sorry. My name is Steven. I go by Ugly Steven on Instagram.
I Robinson03_ all platforms.
Shout out to OGBs who couldn't be with us today, and Korean Tay _ behind the camera as always. Now, what an episode.
It's the gang.
This called for an immediate, stop all things and get this interview done. Man, we have a super special guest we're super excited to get into. But before we do that, we have to go into layup lines. So, for those who don't know, layup lines is just a segment where we like to get our guests loose. You feel me? We ask them this or that questions, and your job is to answer them as fast as possible. Okay? You have 24 seconds. You got 24 on the shot clock?
I do indeed.
All right, contestant, are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
You ready? Okay, don't look at the screen. Okay. All right. I gotta go. Okay. Go. Pennsauken or Lawnside?
Pennsauken.
Papers or Fronto?
Fronto.
Recording music or recording music video?
Recording music.
Basketball or track?
Basketball.
Windmill or between the legs?
Windmill.
Mama Mary or saturation?
Saturation.
Good John or Westfield?
Good John.
Album of bangers or concept album?
Concept album.
Jordan Ray or Kanye West?
Jordan Ray.
There it is.
Come on, man.
Very well done. Yes, sir. I was throwing you that lob, bro. I was like, you gotta catch that one. You gotta catch that one, man. You gotta catch that one. Man. So excited for this one, man. This guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good job.
Yeah, man. We know him first as a friend, obviously, or them, I should say, as friends first. But to get into their professional titles, right? On the left, we have former hooper, writer, and artist Wani Ray is here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here, sir.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me, man.
But we also got another heavy hitter to his left.
For sure.
He is a creative director and executive producer. Jordan Ray is here as well.
Yes, sir. The big
Man. Fellas, what's going on?
Yeah, man.
What's
Good, man. What's going on?
Man, we appreciate y'all being here, man. And such on short notice, too.
Right.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you.
Of course.
Yeah, man. So, we could talk all day, I guess, personally on what we know about you guys, like from a friendship standpoint.
Way back.
But for some people who don't know you, right, we kind of want to provide some context to them, right?
Right.
Kind of paint the picture a little bit. So, we know where you're from, but I want you to describe when you think of where you're from, right? And you can say the place, obviously. When you think of where you're from, what do you think of, and what comes to mind?
I think of the difference because I was born in Camden. I lived there till I was like 7, 8. Then I moved to Pennsauken. And the difference, even though it was right, you know how Pennsauken right down there, but it was a big difference. And I was like hanging out more on Westfield. I remember like going to Linda's at the time, Linda's and Rita's, and
Yes, sir.
you know that's what where you from. That's where it reminded me of. I've seen a lot happen on Westfield. So I think about that a lot. I think about where I'm from.
Okay.
And everybody from Westfield, you know what I mean, that area.
Okay.
That's Pennsauken, by the way, y'all, of course.
Pennsauken, New Jersey.
Come on,
Let's make it known. You feel me?
y'all knew that, though. Y'all knew that.
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to come up with a creative way for you to like describe what comes to mind. Because I also feel like Pennsauken is complex enough of a place where like everyone can have a different kind of like
Take on it.
yeah, you know what I mean?
View it different ways.
Yeah.
Depending on where you at in Pennsauken.
Yeah. To be completely honest, bro, it wasn't until we had Ross. Y'all know Ross, obviously.
Of course.
We had Ross up here, and he was saying how it was the 2020 thing, like it was the most diverse school or one of the most diverse schools like around.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like I didn't even like look at it that way. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like I feel like all I saw was like blacks and poppies and like a few white people. You feel what I'm saying? Like I feel like
Yeah.
I was like, damn, we did have some Asians and like some
Yeah, no,
we
we
did,
definitely
It
yeah.
was crazy. We had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it was
Soccer
crazy.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Pennsauken was different. Then I went to Leap after Pennsauken, and the difference in that's when I started really like, yo, Pennsauken was real diverse. So I went there, it was like, we couldn't even go outside for gym. You know what I'm saying? It was nowhere to go. It was downtown Camden. So Pennsauken, I remember soccer fields, and we had field hockey and all kind of people on the bus. I remember like, dang, that Pennsauken is just a crazy,
Yeah.
real diverse area. Like, I don't know.
That's wild.
Pennsauken is
Yeah.
where it's at, man. I love it.
So ever since I had that talk, I just like I want to hear what people have to say about Pennsauken. You feel me?
Yeah.
Jordan, do you have a different take?
Yeah, I do, because I'm a little older, so
Okay.
my take is more Camden. I came to Pennsauken like sophomore year, so all before that I went to school in Camden, grew up in Camden, lived in Camden. So I have very close friends from Camden, and I have very close friends from Pennsauken. So it's kind of like Pennsauken was love though. Like it was fun. Like that was when high school is when you really kind of start to find yourself a little bit. So I got that experience in Pennsauken, and it was so diverse. It was just, you know, I met a lot of different people and had a lot of different experiences, ran track, you know, was an athlete. So I love Pennsauken, man.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of both. Like I feel like I had an even kill of both, growing up evenly in Camden and then getting that Pennsauken
Type shit.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see those both sides.
Yeah.
Right. See both sides. Yeah. All right, man. So you painted the picture. You painted the demographic a little bit. All right. Obviously, we got you in here because you just released a project,
Right.
an album. Is it an album?
Yeah,
or you call okay,
call it
an
that,
album. And that kind of demanded, obviously, the urgency to kind of like get you in here. But the album is called The Kid.
Yeah.
It is now out.
Right.
It is now out on all platforms.
All platforms. Yes,
All
sir.
platforms, yes, sir.
Right
Congratulations on your release. Yeah. So this was like a shock to everyone.
Yeah.
But I remember when you slowly started kind of like rolling out your creativity. But then when the album was coming, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
you feel me? It was like, oh, this he's really doing this. You feel me?
For sure. Yeah.
I feel like, I think I told you this when I sent you the voice message. I was like, I feel like you made, obviously you made it for you, but I feel like you made it for us. Like it felt very like home. You feel what I'm saying? Like it felt very like you recognized everything. You knew everything of what he was talking about. And what I liked most about it, not most, but one of the things I really liked about it was that you were like shouting out the local businesses, like our businesses that we have. I don't even know if I want to call them local, obviously. Like I don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you're rapping and shouting out like Bloodline, like Kwawi, like you know what I'm saying? Like it just felt like it was for us. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out them, man. Shout out
Yeah,
my
for
nigga
sure.
Kwame.
Shout out to them. For sure.
Shout out my nigga Mookie. Yeah.
Which leads me to the question of why did you make the album? Or why did you decide to make the album about this, I should say?
Okay. Well, I always wrote. Not always, but I always liked hip hop, of course. I was a hip hop fiend because of Jordan. Jordan put me on to all the music I like. So when I got to Leap, I started getting into writing more. I couldn't hang out with my friends. It was like limited. I started writing more. I've been writing since then. I did poetry back during that time. But I was just writing. I felt like I wasn't doing nothing with it. And then I had just one talk. Shout out Ross and Jordan. It was in the garage at my mom's house out alongside.
Yes, sir.
And I was just sitting with it for so long. I'm like, yo, I think I want to rap, but I think I want to find a studio. And Ross, Ross, man, big Ross, dog, Rich, shout out Rich, man, Ross, sat me down like, look, bro, you could do this, spit something right now. And I said something for him, like a little poem I had for him, and he was like, bro, don't even worry about it. I'm gonna take you here, Jordan. You gotta do this. We gonna figure it out. Ever since then, that's when I went to the studio. From the studio, I started making a lot of different music, like a lot. I had a lot to get off my chest.
Bro, Ross literally like makes everybody rap. Like I remember he used to do that shit for Frankie. Like he'd be like, "Yo, rap right now," in front of like strangers, bro. Like
just
he really is that person.
But meant it though. And he was like, "I'll tell you if you ask and all that." I'm like, So I did it, and he was like, "Yo, go for it." Jordan was like, "Yo, I got you." Jordan backed everything. Jordan found the producers. Jordan found the studio. Shout out Joey, 6500 Madison.
Shout out. Oh shit. Sorry.
Yeah, shout out Joey.
I fat fingered it and then hit the drone. You know what I mean?
So I went and got with Joey, and that's in Pennsauken too. So I got with him, and we've been locked in. I made so much different music, and I knew that I wanted to release it. I ain't want to be one of them like I sit on all this music, create all this stuff, think about it all, and just not want to drop it. So I knew I wanted to drop it, and then I was going over some of them, and a lot of them had to do with the same thing, like Pennsauken and like where I was from. So I'm like, Jordan was like, yo, you might as well make this shit an EP. Like, so we got like a couple songs together that matched the format. Some of the beats that sound a little similar, and then we was debating for months. I was still recording while we was going over this EP, but I named it The Kid because it's my first one. I started talking about more recent things, like college experiences and life after that, after hooping and knowing that you're not going to hoop no more. Everybody want to hoop.
That realization.
Yeah, going through that. I got stuff I'm talking about now, like that's more current, but I had to get that off. I had to shout out the people and everything and the place that made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do The Kid. That's like, if to understand me, that's where you got to start. You know what I mean?
Tough.
Yeah.
I see it. Talk about some of the mental battles you went through. You know what I mean, putting the album out. Y'all both can chime in. Just like, even for me, because I know I always knew you were creative, you know what I mean? But being at the release party, bro, like, I was super proud of you. Like, hearing, like Steve said earlier, bro, the storytelling you put into that, and obviously it related to all of us in Pennsauken, like, just being there, hearing that, bro, you can tell you put a lot of work into it. So just talk about some of the mental battles you had to get over or that you went through, and like even Jordan.
Release it, yeah, I mean, I feel like starting out was the hardest. Like,
yeah, like after that conversation in the garage, he was just talking about, like, from there, it was just like, all right, how are we going to do this shit? Like,
yeah.
So I had some experience from when I used to make music back in the day. When I had my little
Okay. All right.
It was nothing.
Yeah, that was with BWE.
Shout out Crack.
Shout out Crack
Wayne
and Wayne Campbell, yeah.
Two goats.
Shout out.
So I had my little, my little stint back then when I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do with music and was rapping and shit back then. So can I cut some here?
Yeah, for sure.
That was like probably 2015, 2016, and he's seeing this, he little bro. So I kind of think that sparked a little bit in him. And then when we had the competition in the garage, I'm like, all right, he's ready now, he's serious. So let's just lock in. So from there it was Wayne and them had relocated, so they wasn't around. So I just kind of had to find somebody local that was, with the shit. So I ended up finding Joey on Instagram. A couple people plugged me with him, and we met, and just been locked in since then. Like, it was just it was a long process making this joint. Like, you could hear the work. You feel me? It was like 2 years in the making of really just locking in and just figuring out sounds, and you know what I'm saying, like
changing beats, buying the stems, learning what the stems is. Like, it's different from the stem and the wave. I'm like, you're like, nah, we gotta get the stems. I'm like, I'm writing.
Yeah, you just writing
I'm
rhymes.
I'm home just locked in, just so much on my mind. He talking about, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. I'm like, what? I'm like, good. I'm like, so it took that whole process, working a 9 to 5.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah, it was like, it was piecing away at it for years.
Those are things that, though, I feel like you should, I feel like people should focus on those things early. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should kind of, like, know a little bit about the industry you're about to do.
Got to.
You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? And don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying learn everything before you take one step.
Yeah, but
like
yeah, you should
know what I'm saying, do your due
definitely be-
diligence. You feel me? Like
If it's something that you're passionate about, you got to do your own
You gotta
work.
be a
You know
student
what
of
I'm
the
saying?
game.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly.
You can't just hop in there like, yeah, I'm ready to just blow off with this. Like, nah, take your time a little bit.
Yeah.
And bro, what's so impressive about that is I say all the time how like the reinvention of yourself, like how like the best people can reinvent themselves, bro. I feel like you have to be able to like be willing to fail and not worry about the timeline. Like you have to be willing to be like, all right, I'm going to do this. I could fail, but when you do fail, you can't stop it. You have to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you came into music like we obviously been listening to Frank and like like Mears, like Camden, but like we kind of had that music, and I feel like you just like you said, like you could tell the work is done. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the work was done because it's also I want to say too, by the way, it's also very multi-dimensional. Like I can tell that like you didn't just put on a beat and start rapping. You know what I mean? Like you didn't just like, oh, I can make music and like,
Yeah, no,
yo, give me a beat off whatever the fuck. You feel me? Let me give me these rhymes off. You feel me? It's super multi-dimensional, bro. And like he was saying, he's proud of you. It's like, bro, like you really, I can tell that you're being a student like first. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like flows are different, bro.
Yeah,
The storytelling is crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like
You also got an original sound, like where you don't sound like anybody else. You sound like yourself. I think that's kind of important too. So that's valid, bro. Very valid.
Appreciate that from y'all, man.
both of y'all, man. Yeah, congratulations, bro. High key.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So obviously we have your partner in crime here with you, or one of your partners in crime with you.
Yeah, for sure.
We know what your brothers mean to you. Obviously, we knew that prior to the record, but once you get the record, you also can tell. Obviously, right? How was working with your brother on this process? Like, how was like how might that differ from working with like someone who was hired? Maybe you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think it's a blessing and a curse because he looked me out in ways he didn't have to. Like he would, I was writing, but every song that I do, most songs that I do, I don't find the beat first. I write to him first. I just write. Honestly, I write. I'll find the flow later. I'll turn the words and then I find the right beat that match how I felt that day. Instead of just hopping in and just like, y'all want to rap today, just put a beat on. Like, nah, I write it first and then I'll find the beat later. You can always find the beat for somebody to groove to. But Jordan would keep me up on that. Like, yo, make sure you find some beats today. And the way we found beats, like the whole process of how we found beats is crazy. And he was the one that was there for free. Now, like the curse with that is like, he'll be doing shit sometimes and be like pressuring me. It's like big. I feel like, is this big bro or is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still like, but it's like, damn. But yeah, but I feel like without Jordan, none of this is going on. Nah, none of this is dropping. It might drop, but it wouldn't have been all platforms. I would have settled. You know what I'm saying? So he made me not settle because he been through it before. So I feel like that was real important to him have his journey and me be there and watch that. So. And Jared too, man. Jared be behind the scenes, but
Shout out Jared, man. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Jared.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
yeah. Jared be behind the scenes, but he helped with a lot of. First of all, he picked all my fits. Like Jared might be my stylist or something low.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jared surprisingly got the drip game down. He give me pointers on like hooks and stuff too, yo. I know I probably can't imagine Jared singing, but he be
He got the ear for it.
yeah, sending me songs. Jared play all the oldies, so he be sending me.
Ass nigga,
Yeah.
Jared is the oldest young nigga ever, bro.
Bro probably sleep right now. So he like getting his nap on, you know what I mean? Like, it's Jared. But yeah, he be helping too. It's like that balance. It's like that balance is what keep me sounding original and stuff. It's like I don't want to sound like nobody else because my brother's gonna look at me weird as hell. So that's what's real important. Having that in-house critique. You know what I mean?
And before you go, Jordan, I want to hear from your perspective as well. I was actually talking to Jared, bro, and he's also extremely proud of you. Obviously, I'm sure he's told you because he was like, bro, I know Wani talented, but he was like, I don't want him to like I guess he said when you first started doing it, he was like, I don't want him to like basically be like lying, like you feel me, like talking some shit that you know, you feel what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, when he heard it, and he was like, bro, this is the realest, most raw, organic. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, bro, that's so crazy. Like,
it's hard to write when you capping, man. For me, it'd be hard.
Frankie Hill said that too. Remember, he said like when it's hard to write, he knows he's lying because like he can't.
Yeah, I don't even begin to. I can't. It's just like it don't feel right. Sometimes you have like you have the intent to make like a a money getting song or a hype song or a summer song or a twerk song, whatever. You might have that intent, but I was locked in. At least the first whole thing was more conscious because I had to get stuff off my mind first. I wasn't worried about being turned hype. I had to just get some mental shit off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where it was at with it. Yeah.
Well, Jordan, we're gonna get Jordan's perspective from working with your brother.
Working with him, this is little bro, baby bro. So at times he just a pain in my ass a lot because I gotta just be on him. So it's a blend of me being big bro and trying to be like creative director. And for us, it just worked because of how close we are. So I don't know if it'll work for a lot of people, like family doing that type of stuff. But it just worked for us, which is a blessing. But it's fun and like it's just crazy to see the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like. I'm proud. I'm a proud big bro, and I'm like proud of myself for stepping into this lane.
I was gonna say,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this was a lot for me, and just trying to figure out musically what I want to do creatively. Like it's always been in me, but just like as much as he say I help him, he helped me find myself with this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing for real. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember in times like we were supposed to drop the EP, the album, like last year. We were supposed to drop it on Valentine's Day, 2021, and we waited. I was still recording, and Jordan heard a couple more. Jordan's like, yo, just chill. Like you working a lot, and I feel like some of these you might have to work with something bigger. And I was like, I was mad as hell. I'm already a year into that process. I'm like, good John off the EP I wrote over 2 years ago. Like over 2 years ago.
That's one of my favorite tracks, by the way. That is my favorite track. Yeah,
so it's like the whole that's just now coming out. Imagine all the work I was still recording in between. So it's like the fact that that's now coming out. The rollout now is gonna be easier because of Jordan, and me waiting now is gonna be way better for what we about to do. So I'm so happy I did. So that's the shit you talking about. I'd be like mad after he say something like that to me, and it's like, why am I tripping? Like now we good. I can do this now. You know what I mean? So I'll be teaching Jordan too, because he'll promote the stuff. He'll wait it out. He'll promote it. I'm like, come on, bro, this ain't the way to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He older, so I be trying to tell Jordan, like, nah, man, you gotta drop it like this. Like, nah, we not, no, just leave that.
I be dropping shit on my story. Don't add music to it. Like, yeah, goofy shit.
I'm like, nah, you gotta tag me. You can tag me. You don't gotta show me. I'm got, you know.
Right.
So the balance of that be crazy. So yeah, it's been good. Overall, it's been way good. It's been good as hell. Yeah,
It's a good job.
it's a good job.
Indeed. Who have been some of your biggest musical influences so far?
Well, my favorite artist of all time is Kid Cudi.
Oh my God.
What? What, man? That's my guy. Look.
All artists to have as your favorite of all time.
Oh my God.
Look, shout out Kid Cudi, man. I'm gonna meet him one day too.
Can we sit here for a second?
Yes, please.
Can we table this for a second? Yeah. Listen, bro. I just talked about this on Twitter today. I feel like Kid Cudi to me, bro, I don't understand what people like about him.
Damn.
Like, I'm like, he don't, like...
Damn.
Nothing? Like, the melodies, nothing you don't fuck with?
Like, he got, like...
Just hums.
You can only do that so much. Like, I'm not about to listen to your album and it's just that. Like, you feel me? Like...
Well, honestly...
I don't think he raps that well.
I think when he decides to rap, he's better than what people give him credit for.
I think the best rap song he's put out is Soundtrack to My Life.
That's one of my favorite songs by him. That album,
like rapping, I mean, like when he's rapping. Like I think, and I
Have
think
you
that's like
ever heard, you ever heard Ashton Kutcher before?
Yeah,
You don't like that rap?
I did in like 2014.
That's the Kid Cudi. That's my favorite artist though. Like he was fly. He was chill. He wasn't like too loud in your face. He was getting fried, Man on the Moon. You know what I mean? He was just
Fuck with Kid Cudi.
otherworldly. You know, he had a lot of influence on people today. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I would never take away from his influence.
I never thought that people would give him the credit now. Like Travis Scott's and the
Like the
Kanye's, everybody like now trying to give him his roses. I'm like, I told you he was the shit.
Yeah.
I always liked him. Like I thought he was cool.
I think his branding is phenomenal. I think he definitely is like a successful dude. Like I'm not taking that from him. I just musically, bro, I'm just like, what, like in what setting are you listening to Kid Cudi?
That's the part for me.
What setting, like
in this
outside of like if you're like smoking with your friends, like in their garage or some shit, like where like you in a car, you listen to Kid Cudi, like
Yeah. Yeah.
You are?
I get in the car, yeah, some songs bop. Some songs is bops. And it's the mood. It's more like the mood. It's not, it's like, it's kind of like, I'm off you, like, fuck you type shit. He like a rapper rock star to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He plays that lane where
He makes sad music though. You don't think?
he like an emo. He's like the first ever emo rapper to me. Now it's like Trippie Reds and everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the origin to that with me like Kid Cudi. Somebody it wasn't always about.
He's definitely a forefather.
Day and night.
100%.
You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
his sound influence has been crazy, but I agree. I just think the
beat
the
selection,
content of
you don't
his
like
music
his-
is not for me.
You don't like
Yeah,
his
that's
beats. His
Nah,
beats,
his
they like
beats,
they ride. Like they're more like it's like a
Bro,
vibe.
it
takes you-
yeah, but I
it's
feel
more
like,
like majestic.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
for the just soothes.
I want to.
like
I want to be clear. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to take this. I'm not taking this from you. Like you're 100% allowed to like Kid Cudi. I'm just explaining to you why I don't like it. You feel me? Like I'm not trying to convince you to not.
I'm just trying to see why you don't.
Yeah. I just feel like I. So first of all, first things first. I'm very heavily like my primary go-to music is rap. First of all, and obviously I like lyrical shit. Like you feel me? Like that's just I like words. You feel me? So there's that. So he's already kind of is going to be below a lot of people there.
Yeah, I feel that. Respectable.
But then it's like when I want like I like the kind of music we say like mood type shit and like set in ambiance type shit type music. That for me that's like Frank Ocean.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
I like
or
Frank Ocean too.
Like I like Sylvia Demo for Isaiah Rashad or like you feel what I'm saying? Like I go to those like people who like set the tone but like also are doing shit with their words, I guess.
It's the lyrics more for you.
Yeah. And
well,
I feel like
I just meant more of it as an overall essence. I like Kid Cudi.
yeah.
Like especially growing up, that was like my influence. He was like different. He was like different. He made it cool to be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I want to hang out with him. I just don't want to listen to his music.
He actually, Kid Cudi actually influenced me a lot. But
perfect
yeah, what made me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I would hang out with you all the time. I just don't want to listen to your music. That's all it is. Yeah.
I want Kid Cudi to hum on any one of my songs.
He is the greatest hummer of all time.
He's the greatest
I might
by
have to give him
far.
that.
Yo, you know you
By
can go to
far.
YouTube, right? You can type in Kid Cudi humming, and he got like 10 minutes. It's like they play him humming over like wave sounds for like, help you sleep.
And I love shit. I love that he did that. I love that now you can like you feel what I'm saying? That's
bro.
special. You feel me?
That's a good job.
That's how I feel.
Nah, word up. I listen to rain sounds every night when I go to sleep. So
Facts, right?
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
figure bro out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
The hums might hit different with them waves.
You
now.
feel me?
Yeah, man.
Wow, that
Right.
might be different. Actually.
Dreams gonna be
Sleep till 11.
The dreams gonna
What?
be lit, man.
Right.
He just executive produced your sleeping playlist.
Right. Nah,
Yeah,
Kid Cudi,
facts, though.
he was an early influence though. Cudi was an early influence. Drake, Kendrick, Daniel Caesar. I like Daniel Caesar a lot. I play him all the time. Yeah, that's like Big Sean was like one of my big influences growing up. That was my boy.
Wiz.
Wiz for sure, for sure. Wiz. That go what I was saying. I get fried, man.
He's another one.
He was the first one to like
I feel similar to him.
big on
rolling
Wiz?
papers.
You don't like Wiz?
I feel similar to him. And I feel like Kid Cudi.
For real. I think Wiz is way better rapper than Cudi though.
For sure.
I think Wiz is not a good rapper at all.
Damn.
I think Wiz rhymes cat with hat.
Yo. Oh.
Okay, so can I paint the picture a little bit? All right, let's paint the picture a little bit. You'll understand why I say that when I give you the list of people that I listen to, and you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for example, I told you I'm slapping Pusha T's album,
Yeah.
Kendrick, Cole, Russ, you feel me? Baby more so when he's rapping, Ross, you feel me? Meek, you feel what I'm saying? Like I'm listening to like so. Then when you say Wiz, he's obviously the outlier in that group. You feel me? Like
For sure. I mean,
You feel me?
I guess I don't have a lot of Wiz download. I actually have more Cole, like people you name, Kendrick Cole.
yeah.
Recently, yeah.
I,
So,
probably
like,
I have more of them on my
Oh,
phone.
Wiz had a time.
That's what I'm
Wiz
saying.
had a time.
Wiz, yeah.
But even so, even in that time, I wasn't smoking weed at that time immediately. Like that was kind of like high school. And I didn't start smoking whatever. You feel me?
Until-
So I feel like I missed the window.
Yeah, he
you know what I'm
ain't
saying?
like
Like the
he
window
wasn't
where
supposed
his
to-
prime.
Yeah.
Because when Kush and OJ came out, I wasn't smoking either, but I knew
Kush and OJ
every
production
word to
was
that.
crazy.
Like that album is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I was not smoking
Real.
at the time.
Oh no, I had very selective music in like,
Like,
that time
was
period
my
of time.
shit.
Who was you
Christian
playing
Audio was
back then?
crazy.
Like, what?
Right.
I actually was just talking about this. I was saying how like I like to this girl I was dating, like I wasn't dating's an aggressive word, but this girl I was involved with, she painted me a thing, and at the time it was like all my favorite rappers at that time, and she did it because it was my birthday, right? Whatever the case. And I like saw it, and I was like, oh shit, like what was I listening to in this period? Because it was like Mick Jenkins, it was Mac Miller heavy, it was Chance the Rapper heavy, like Vic Mensa,
Right.
like Action Bronson, Odd Future. Oh, Odd Future was number one. Odd Future was by far. Tyler the Creator was like,
So do you like Chance? How you feel about Chance the Rapper?
I don't like him anymore. No,
All right.
no, not anymore.
I thought he was fire too. Like acid rap.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Fire.
him. I don't like his music anymore. Yeah.
You like?
What's the last one you fuck with from?
Yeah. What was it? What was it?
Like whole project that I really fuck with. Coloring Book had some shit on it.
Yeah, Coloring Book had.
I thought Thug was very well placed. I
wasn't
thought,
bad,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, yeah, that was a good album.
Overall,
The
project,
joint with
that's
Kirk
the last
Franklin
one.
on there.
That was
worked
that was
too.
the last one though,
Yeah.
by far.
It was
That
a
Big
couple
Day
joints
shit or
on the
whatever it
next one.
was.
It was like.
Oh, he had
on there? Where he
oh
be
Big
rapping
Day.
his ass off?
Oh, he was snapping on We Go High.
Yeah, that's my shit.
We Go High
That's like the
on the
only
Big
joint I
Day?
really fuck with off the next.
That
one.
Oh, on Big Day.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I heard Big Day and was like, never again am I listening.
Yeah,
to
changed
this.
it.
Yeah, that
Chance
was
blew it. He
Chance.
like blew it for me on Big Day.
And he really ain't recovered since then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like as a person, again, I like to hang out with you, but I don't want to listen to your music.
Damn.
Like,
Damn.
Yeah, bro dropped off.
yeah. And Chance was like, I was liking Chance like when he had like old shit with like Vic Mensa, like verses, like SoundCloud type shit. I would have to pull up. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like when he rap, he really be in a bag, bro.
Yeah,
like
he
he's
going crazy.
top tier. Like you feel me?
All right. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
Yeah.
at least you like Chance, man. Chance.
yeah. I mean, I like old Chance, I
Old
guess.
Chance.
Yeah,
Old Chance, right? Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too. I feel that. I feel that.
This is random, but a random white girl put me on to Chance the Rapper from Connecticut.
That's
it was
hard,
like when
man.
Acid, because remember Acid Rap came out, it was so different. It didn't sound like anything, and I was like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
Trippy.
So when I first heard it, I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? And like a one song type shit. Like somebody played Chance the Rapper, and I was like, that
Yeah, like, what the
that
fuck?
10-second window, I was like, never again, I'll listen to Chance the Rapper.
What the hell is this?
And then this random white girl from Connecticut that I met on my senior trip, randomly, was like, yo, I think you would like this. Because we would like talk a little bit. And she was like, yo, I think you would like this. Like, listen to this. And she was like, really listen to it, like type shit. And I sat with it, bro. And I just was like, damn, this shit is kind of like,
That's all right.
yeah, like this shit is kind of all right. And then it just grows on you. Like, you just get used to the
Yeah.
sound. And then,
Yeah. A lot of people don't like Chance because of his voice. You know what I'm saying? They just like, oh, his voice sound like annoying. Like, you know, he do that knee sound. But I think I never had a problem with it. But once they pointed it out, I'm like, damn, if you just hear that,
You can't
nah,
unsee
you
it or
can't
unhear
unhear
it.
it. Yeah. So I feel that too. But and then as of recently, yeah, he really did kind of fall off. He used to be my boy.
bad.
Though.
Yo,
I used to fuck with
high
Chance
key.
heavy, though. I used to fuck with Chance heavy.
I be dancing and shit now, though. Like, he be getting shit off on the
Yeah, he began right. Man, he was on Sesame Street and shit, man. He doing his thing, man.
for a brand, he's amazing.
Yeah,
I just
for
don't
real,
want to listen
right?
to your music.
Facts.
You feel me? That's all it comes down to. You feel me?
Yeah.
I love Chance too as a person. Like he just, you know what I'm saying, he a good dude, but yeah,
He also tried to do like the good guy, not tried to do, but like the good guy thing is only gonna go so far in
Yeah.
hip hop
Christian
nowadays.
rapper.
You feel me? Like,
niggas got fed up with that.
yeah, you feel me? Like niggas are only gonna take so much of,
Right.
yeah. Like you get a nigga car, he not about to slap Chance. You feel me? Like, oh man,
Chance is lit though.
yeah.
So were there any songs or ideas that didn't make the album?
Yes. Oh my God. The EP is only a little bit. You know what I mean? That's just like a little. I got a lot of songs. I got like over. At the current time, the EP has 7, 8 songs. I got like over 40, 50 recordings.
Wow.
Recordings, not complete song, but recordings that we might freak. Some is done. A lot is done. We didn't decide to put them on, but yeah, man, it's a lot. And it's ideas too that I feel like I didn't want to put on there. That's why we might have to drop the Kid Part 2, man. We don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
So
I feel like those songs best fit the like concept of what we was going for. So
Like
we,
right here in this
yeah,
moment. Yeah. What's that process like though when you're like weaning out songs and you're like, oh, this one don't make it, this one don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that process like? Is that a stressful process?
y'all was bumping heads.
And is that, yeah, is that also the drop buttons?
this part was not too much.
Not on there.
How much were you sifting through? Because like I'm assuming when you went in, you knew, okay, I'm making an album, so like there is some kind of framework foundationally, I guess.
Yeah.
So like,
Actually, we was.
were you
just
sifting
making
through
songs.
all the 50, or were you kind of sifting through like 30, and then that kind of?
It was like almost like 20 something.
Probably at the time 20 something.
Like
Because we
20
was
something.
like putting it together as we was making the music. Like
Yeah.
as we was like making stuff, it would be like this kind of fits with the theme of the kid, so we'll put that to the side. As he's just creating other stuff, experimenting with other sounds, like we would just kind of piece it together as it came along, and then like a year later, we like, all right, we kind of got like a project here.
Yeah, like all these joints kind of sounded similar.
Yeah.
And then it was a couple joints. It was another song that me shout out Lex LA. We had another song.
Shout out Lex.
You're obsessed.
You're good. Fine ass. Yeah, we had another song we was gonna do. We gonna drop that as a single, but we was debating to putting that on there too. Lex got the whole verse on there. That joint should be nice.
It's probably like between 15 and 20 songs. We was kind of
Yeah, debating.
Okay.
And then after getting the songs, all the songs that we wanted, we had to pick like the order. Like that kind of stuff I didn't care about. This whole process I was cool on because I wanted to get it off. I wanted to make sure I recorded it.
Wow, you didn't care about the track list? Like the order of it?
Not really.
I feel like that's important.
I mean, I care, but I care more so that the songs that they wanted on the EP fit the EP. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wanted it more so that, one day it sound like, like why didn't you put this on here? What does God do with it?
That was my headache. That sequencing was my headache to figure out. Like,
and he was going
to change
through
it like 5-6 times. Wow.
So he keeps sending it to me like, yo, here's this order. I'm like, bro.
I was doing it a lot, like sending it to people like, what you think about this order? You know what I'm saying? Just
that's crazy.
Just the order of it,
yeah.
Like the end of the song, the beginning. That's like the main part, the transition of it, shit like that. But yeah, that part was fun though. I feel like that part rap for me was fun. I don't know about him, but that part was fun.
During it was a headache, but at the end of it, I'm like, all right, I'm glad we, like really sat with it and figured it out instead of just going with the first thing. So,
yeah. For sure.
My cousin once taught me how to listen to albums. I think I told this to you guys. He said that he listens first for sonic like cohesion first. Like he don't go for the lyrics right away. He don't go for like the trying to get the story. Like he just see like how songs flow from one another. And he's like, usually he said, if you feel like the songs flow well, like in just like sonics, it's a good album. Like usually is what he said. So ever since then, it's like I always listen to albums like a lot of times. That's why like with Kendrick's album, like I listen to it a million times. Yeah. Even before I developed an opinion, I was listening to it a million times, like just nonstop. I'm listen to it.
You gotta get a different perspective.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the car when I'm working out and I'm like different aspects.
You might stop at night. You gotta hear it.
You gotta sit with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it flows really well sonically, and I like it. And true to his kind of like theory, like I think it's a good album. You feel me? But is there a song that you guys particularly were fighting over? What was that song, and what was that song about?
Like to have on there?
Yeah, like one that was really like.
It was a couple. I got a couple songs with Reem. Shout out Reem Ali.
Oh yeah, shout out Reem. That's right.
So I know he was featured on Saturation. So we had a couple joints on there that could have been on there too. But yeah, again, we ain't really had too many debates. I really tried to step out of that realm because
it was late edition. It's like Saturation was a late edition actually.
Saturation was very late. Yeah, okay. That was more recent.
Yeah, we added on. I'm glad we did because it just kind of, like I said, it kind of just fit that moment. And we was debating on like putting it out later as like a single, but I'm like, I think it fit on this project, so we should throw it on there.
And it was some idea. We was debating over when we came out with Westfield. And Reem, the way Reem started getting on the track was crazy. Y'all know Reem for football. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was surprised to see him in the track
So you wasn't?
I was surprised.
Oh,
to
you
see
was?
him in the
I
track
knew everybody would be. Yo, I'm like, this is ridiculous. And the way that happened, I was in the studio at the time. Me and Reem hanging out all the time. I'm like, bro, you gonna pull up to the studio like just hang out? He's like, yeah, bro, I'll come vibe. Like, and I asked other people to come too. You know what I'm saying? People would come and they wouldn't really I don't know, they would be chilling, like really just chilling. Reem, nigga Reem up.
He was trying
dancing. He was not even trying to get on. He like helped me out, just there for support, like really just vibing, like really vibing. Like
That's necessary.
Yeah, banging out, like hype.
Right.
And then the Westfield joint, I was doing that. Man, Reem out of nowhere, I was like, yo, man, I'm from 44th, not from 43rd. Like that 44th, that's Reem saying that on the joint. And I was like, bro, say that, like, bro, like hop on that. That was his first time ever hopping in the booth. And then we made Saturation after that. But we was debating putting that 44th, 43rd part on there.
I'm so glad you
did. Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
We was debating that for a while with my girl, because she from 43rd. I got homies from 43rd. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
It's not a diss. It's just
it's fun.
Everybody out there, man. Yeah. What camera can I look into? Which one?
Which one's yours? I don't know which one's yours. Look in the main, I guess. Just look in the main.
All right, man.
It's one of those two, I think.
All right, look, man. Whichever one, man. It's not a diss, man. I love 43rd. I'm from there. I used to go over there all the time. My best friend's from 43rd.
Yeah.
My girl from 43rd. I was just saying. But it was hard. I was thinking about it because, Chicago, 64th, 63rd, that's King Fonz. I'm like, I don't know if this is right now.
You don't want to be disrespectful,
yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
anybody thinking and seeing it.
I think it was fun.
Yeah.
You put it in there where it was like, it was discreet. It wasn't like it took over the whole track. It was a quick little chant. You feel me?
Lighthearted.
Ain't nothing go on over there, nothing like that. I'm still a fan, but.
So there ain't no dissing. Don't even just
no diss.
relax.
It was not a diss.
No smoke.
Obviously, Wani is all Pennsauken. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's for the community,
fan.
bro. Yeah, man. It was just fun. It was just fun.
But Reem said that. So Reem said that. I'm like, bro, that sounded kind of high. And it was way separate than what I was ready to spit. So I'm like, that difference was like, yeah, bro, put that on there.
Nah, that
like,
joint's
put it
hot.
on the whole shit. And I told Joey, I'm like, nah, put it at the end, put it like in between, like just use that as like the fucking ad lib the whole way through. I'm like, that shit was tough.
That shit was hard. I did fuck with that.
That was a big debate, though. I remember that studio session. Lex was in there. Ricky, shout out Ricky. She was in there. We from 43rd. How you gonna dance this on your right. She like, right.
That's
I'm
funny
from
as
there.
hell to come up in the studio.
She's like, it's hot, but I'm like, nah, you're good. Like, you good. It's all right.
While we're talking about Alexa, actually, the talent that is Lexa Lay.
Right.
Talk about your relationship with her. I know she's featured on your track.
Right.
But talk about how she's been a part of you and your personal growth, even outside of music. You obviously, first of all, we need to fucking make a committee of men who fucking like love their women in public. I feel like because like I feel like niggas just for some reason don't do that. So I love that you do that. First of all, I want to point that out there, and that's why I asked
You
about
too,
your.
man. You too, buddy.
Thank you. But like that's why I asked about personal growth because like you can tell that there's obviously a lot of work that happens behind the scenes between you guys. That is not just like, oh, we both make music. You feel what I'm saying? So like talk about like how she's just been like relevant. You feel what I'm saying? Like in this process.
Well, a lot of the space, a lot of the songs I wrote was in our apartment that we share together now. We first met actually because I was working on a project, and I knew Lex. We actually went out before in high school, like 11 years ago, my sophomore year. So I already knew her. We was already cool. We ain't break up one night, ugly or nothing. So I hit her up like, yo, I'm going to the studio now. I'm thinking of like making like a song. Do you got any kind of ideas on like how to like attack it in a sense? Cause I knew she sings. So I was thinking about singing on the shit. I ain't even know how I wrote it already. I wrote it. I'm looking at this good John. I'm like, this might sound like a more singy song. So I hit up Lex and then she came over and we vibe and all that. And since then we've been locked in working with that. You know, that led to a relationship. And then once we moved out during the pandemic, like the height of the pandemic, like they say that I don't even remember, but they said the pandemic is going to be 2 weeks, man. Y'all remember that shit?
Hell yeah.
2 fucking weeks, man.
Here we are 2 years.
2 years later,
Changed the world.
Yeah. So we was vibing. Me and Lex was like, that was like when we first started chilling a lot. So we was vibing a lot, and after that happened, we decided she wanted to move out. After the pandemic happened, her family sold the crib. It was like a lot going on. I'm like, all right, come on, let's get it. I took a leap, but I was not expecting to leave. Like, so just that idea, I'm like, can this really happen? Like, that was like one of the big ideas. I'm like, wow. So we did that, took that leap of faith, and then I started writing a lot there about all the shit I was going through. I'm like, yo, I can't believe I'm in blah, blah, blah right now with this apartment with her. Like, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to Ross like last month about how I wanted to make music. Here I am with this joint that's sing. I'm like, God damn, life is crazy. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep going. So she been pushing me, and she danced. She was dancing at the time. She was going to Rec Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Rec Philly.
Yeah, so I was going with her, watching her at the time. I was recording her dancing, just thinking like, damn, thinking all this is going with her. So she had she sang a lot everywhere. She was doing national anthems and American Idol, all that kind of shit. So it just opened my eyes to like what that looks like, like behind the scenes. And she taught me what to do behind the scenes, and like taught me how to drop behind the scenes, what to do, like, you know, all that kind of work. It was a lot of her lights, certain lightings, and nah, babe, do this instead, like just how you look, like the look of it. That's where Jordan come in too. Like her and Jordan was big on how it look, and Lex and Jordan will go at it more than me and Jordan.
Oh yeah,
yo, that's real. That's a super fact. In the studio, I'm here like, I'm just happy I got this shit out. They over here arguing about the damn order of it. I don't give a damn. I'm like, Lex, yeah. So she played like a kind of part like that with Jordan. She like the professional. She wanted to make sure everything is right. Everything has to be perfect. Yeah.
You know, that just reminded me of, it's like your first lady arguing with your right hand man.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
this is
Yeah,
an
it's
awkward
like
place
a
to
tough
be. Yeah, like you feel me? Like,
tough one.
yeah.
I'll handle that. I'll figure that out.
Yeah, facts.
Wait, but what I love about y'all thing, I know you want to ask a question. What I love about the dynamic though is that like I feel like it's you were saying like how a lot of times you just want to record, like I just want to make the music, and then like all this shit is like y'all could do. I feel like that's a valuable like equation. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you kind of want to be in that situation where like you kind of only have to perfect what you're doing.
Right, yeah.
As an artist, that's kind of what you need.
Yeah.
Lock in on the art, you know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't have to deal with the business side of it. And unfortunately, as an independent artist, it's kind of what you got to do because you ain't got no choice. You ain't got a label to back you. But ideally, you would like to just lock in on the art, you feel me? Have your team do everything else to get you where you need to go type shit. So,
And you want your, like, you're basically saying, like, you want to be able to, like, focus on what you're doing, and I want to be able to turn my back and everything else be there. And who else would you want other than your fucking brother to be the, like,
That's
if I
what I'm
turn my
saying.
back, I want you to be the person that's watching it. You feel what I'm saying?
For
Like,
real.
I'm over here doing this.
Yeah,
Watch
don't
my
worry.
back. Yeah, you
I'm
feel
gonna
me?
be over here doing this though. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm doing my
That's
part.
the thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding it. The fuck, I got a lot going on. So
yeah.
I just need to. And I didn't notice how much I needed that. And a lot of people out there need it too. You know what I'm saying? You need that people in your corner. You know how people always say you need people. You really do, yo. It take a couple people, and then it's like just y'all.
that's why I
Keep
said it's a
doing it.
blessing that we have our dynamic because a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
indeed.
So it's I know it's tough for artists trying to figure it out. You feel me? So
Lex calling me right now, man.
She might be here.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Do you want to give maybe talk to Tay maybe? She needs to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Like, to
Hey,
get
could you
in.
mention
You can go ahead.
So talk about your process in picking when to have a feature on a song. Like, how does that go for you?
I was real big, honestly. I really tried to not have features. I
Okay.
really didn't want to have features at all because I feel like, especially it being my debut, I didn't want to like lean on, especially when I found out it was just us doing it. I'm like, we're gonna do it ourselves. We're gonna do it ourselves. Like I don't want to like pay nobody for no feature to make my EP look better or like So I really tried to stay away from that. But the things that happened, everybody that's on it happened mad genuine. Like Reem getting on it was mad genuine. Like
our family on this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ain't had to reach out to.
Yeah, we ain't want to reach out, and we didn't. And people kind of reached out to us, like Rilla. Shout out Rilla, he was there too.
Shout out Rilla, man. Real
Rilla
rap.
Shout out. Shout out.
He's like Juice World. Like he goes in. He off the top. He recorded on Saturation. That was him on that. Yeah. And he gave me like I went outside, smoked real quick. I mean, I came back. He gave me 4 different versions of that joint. 4.
Freestyle them all.
Freestyle them all.
He's different. He's
So
he's
I
an alien.
actually chose one of them and cut that joint. If he had more, bro, he
He
goes.
had to cut
he
the verse
go.
down like he's one of them that just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
every
Keep
day
going.
type
He
style. Like
snapping.
you could pick up items in the room and he'll freestyle about what did you pick up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He like Juice, bro. He go crazy.
That's tough.
So I had to stop him, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, bro. I had to, but I stopped him at the right part. So everything that came in, it wasn't like I reached out. It was other than them, I ain't having no features on it. I had the Malcolm X interview on there. That wasn't nobody from around the way. That's like somebody else. But that was it. And Lex, you know what I mean?
But even so, like you said, like you even got sampling on your drawing. Like you feel what I'm saying? It's just so dimensional. Like
Yeah.
so dimensional.
Y'all love samples, man. I love samples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love samples.
Does
I
your
like old music, so
yeah.
I listen to old stuff. So I
Y'all
love
some
samples,
old heads,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
Y'all really some old heads. That's so crazy.
Definitely.
That's some old heads. So listen, man. I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about a few songs that just some of our favorites, I guess. Kind of want to break it down, talk about just the process and writing it, creating it,
All right.
that whole spiel, right?
Yeah.
We'll just pick our favorites for now, okay? So I have 4 favorites. I think we share one. Do we share one? No, we don't actually.
Westfield.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So I picked my favorites. I put some of his flavor into it.
2 of them.
2. Okay.
Westfield
Yeah.
and Good.
Westfield. To me, that's the anthem. First of all, that's
Right.
the one. So
Yeah.
obviously, you feel me.
If you from
Right.
Pennsauken, yeah.
What role did that song play in the album? How long did it take to write? What was the concept behind it? Just give us the story behind it.
Okay, so Westfield, that's like my baby, man. That's like my baby. That and Good John is my 2 babies because I wrote Good John first. That was more like chill vibes. And then I wrote Westfield. That was really the one I really wanted to rap on. But at the time when I wrote it, actually was when George Floyd died. That's why I talked about, Karen called the cops when niggas is outside chilling. I was like in that kind of mood. So the flip side about it was that my niggas is starting businesses. You know what I'm saying? Bloodline. It sound like I be busting trash, but it's like, nah. Like Bloodline in pink, Bloodline in black. Like got it on my lap. Ain't no gun. It's my brother business. Like, So it was like the flip on it. Like everybody assumed because we from here, because we look like this, that we got to make music that always got pertaining to this. It sound hard. Westfield sound, the beat sound grimy. I'm like, I like that, but let me put a flip side on it. So that was the energy, and actually hit up everybody from Pennsauken. I knew so many people actually reached out. I had the idea of reaching out to everybody in Pennsauken that I knew that had businesses. Bro, it's over like 20 motherfuckers. I'm like, this is nuts, bro. I'm like, yo, we got to talk about this. Yeah,
That's tough.
So yeah, if y'all a peep, I don't even know if I say Westfield in the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even say Westfield in the song, but just the aspect of like 44th from Reem and the business aspect, Kwawe, shout out Kwawe again, and Amari. Like just that aspect of all the businesses, bro. It's too much. It's so many. It's so many from Pennsauken, not like everywhere else. Like just from Pennsauken.
Not even just Jersey,
People
like
just
Pennsauken.
From Westfield, yeah, like it's crazy. So yeah, man, we got that video. I don't know if that's out yet. I don't know if they're seeing that right now, but that video's done.
Could be, might be.
Our timelines might be a little off, but yeah.
Yeah, so we
In the
shot
multiverse.
that.
We in the multiverse
Right,
too.
yeah. Right. We shot that on Westfield. You already know. We shot it in Bodega's in there. Shout out Bodega 856.
Shout out
Shout
Bodega
out Matt,
856, man. We got Matt actually tomorrow.
We got
Coming
Matt
out.
tomorrow?
Yeah, we got Matt tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
That's gonna be
yeah.
lit.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah. So yeah, I shot that joint there, man. It was home, man. Felt like home.
Tough.
Went to Westfield Courts.
Oh yeah.
You gonna see it? There's a couple other places in there. You know what I mean?
A lot of buckets been given on them courts.
On them courses, you know them courses.
A lot of
dirty,
buckets been
man.
given on them courts, man.
You already know. There's a lot going on. Them
Or to
courts.
rebuild all that.
Right, right.
I want to do the next one.
Jones.
Oh yeah, I want saturation for me. I think the storytelling in that, obviously. I mean, if you grew up in Pennsauken, but I think saturation for me is a big joint. And obviously having like just knowing Reem, I didn't even know Reem could rap, and that verse was hard. Like I mean, his little hook was hard. So
Shout out Reem.
Yeah, talk
for
about
real.
saturation a little bit.
All right, so saturation is actually about a story from somebody, you know, from Pennsauken that we know, got into some things. And I really didn't believe it. I really didn't that did not believe it when I found out who it was. I'm like, what? Like, and we know people real close. I can't mention no names, it's how close it is. It's like it was crazy. So it's like when I seen it, and I'll never forget my feeling. I'll never forget I seen it. I seen the actual video, like on camera, but shit was wild. And like that sparked again, like I ain't want to promote that. I ain't really want to promote it, but it was something that Pennsauken go through. That's like the other side of Westfield. You know what I'm saying? That's like the saturation. That's the oversaturation. It's like it's too much of that. You know what I'm saying? Way too much of that going on. Yeah. So that was the intent behind that. And Reem heard the beat, and I did my first part to it. Reem went crazy. Reem might have actually did his part, and I went back after he put in his. I might have rewrote a little.
He might have out-rapped you a little bit.
I don't want to say nothing now, but you know what I mean? It was just pertaining to more, like he built the image more. I'm like, okay. Now, all right, I'm like, all right, that's a better structure.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
tough.
Again, that's all like, I ain't have to ask Reem. I had to break some people arm and legs to come to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Reem there, like, yeah, bro, like, do this. Like, are you going to get all right, bet. All right, son. Like, you wrote
Reem
that.
was there like faithfully, like really a part of the process, and then happened to just find himself like rapping. You feel me?
That's
like
tough.
His voice
Didn't
was
even
crazy.
wanna
I'm
drop.
like, well, you be writing, don't you?
Yeah.
Bro.
Right.
Like, nah,
Fuck with it a little bit.
They trying to be low with it. I'm like, nah, bro, come on.
That's tough.
So,
That's elite.
yeah, that's how saturation went.
Bro, man, shout out to the gang around you, bro.
Rilla,
Really, yeah.
Rilla came to a session, and like Wani was just talking about where he like did like 3 different verses, and like that was family from back when I was messing with Wayne and Sean. You feel me? Like I met Rilla through them. He actually went to school with my boys. They went to high school together, Camden Catholic. So shout out to Rilla for pulling up.
Yeah, shout out Rilla for
shout
real.
out Mayor, Rose Collective. But they pulled up, and it was love. He went crazy. We had to cut his long ass verse because he went too.
He always going crazy, bro. He's like that, man. He's different.
So yeah, man,
He's
we
like
threw that
different.
on there, and yeah, like I said, that was a late addition, but I'm glad that joint was.
Yeah. Same.
I feel like it was fitting. Yeah.
And we knew with that one too. We knew it was like later, so we was looking like when we played it, we like, yeah, we put this on.
Yeah, this gonna fuck
This
people
This
up.
thing
Like,
gotta
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's tough.
so that one was good. Yeah, saturation.
All right, man. So we talked about Good John, kind of.
That thing a bang.
We talked about Good John a little bit. Do you have anything you want to add to Good John that we didn't talk about?
I wrote Good Joint before I got with Lex, kinda. And then when I had her there, I'm like, yo, she was there and she put her essence on it. That's what make it the banger to me.
Shout out Lexa Lay.
Shout out Lex and Lay.
Shout out Lexa Lay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it though. Cause Good Joint was kind of I was actually going to use Good Joint as an interlude. I envisioned it to be like a part of a part of my EP.
Wow, that actually would have been a crazy interlude.
Yeah, just something that you hear in the background while a phone call going on, something like that. But then when Lex did her part on it, I'm like, yo, like I might just that shit catchy enough. I'm like, yo, I might that's a Good Joint. Like I'm like, I might as well just use that shit. Sound good as hell.
That's a Friday anthem, bro. You say full tank, I'm like, yo, I know that
off the
feeling,
clock.
bro. Like, yeah, bro, that's a good job, bro.
Crack the windows a little bit.
For real, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
man.
felt that one on my soul, so I said, bro, that's a good drum.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you
got
know
a
what I
new
mean?
job.
Yeah,
There's like shit that was really happening in my life. It's
What?
like I just got a new job. I just got my Beamer. I don't got the Beamer no more. That's how old the joint is. But I had my Beamer at the time, and it's like it was just shit just kept manifesting. I'm like, it's a good joint going on. Like I got whatever I'm doing, I keep doing it. I had like blessings was just falling in my lap, as Chance would say, man. But yeah, that's good joint.
Good drum is the perfect way to describe it. Like,
Right.
those are the
Every
words.
time somebody hear it, like, man, that's a
That's
good
a
job.
For real.
So man, what's next on the horizon? What can we look forward to?
Well, I think now I got a lot of music, man. I'm sitting on some shit. I want to do videos now. I got a video in the tuck right now. Working on another one. I want to do videos for singles too. Singles that y'all don't even know that's out yet. But I want to do stuff like that. I want to drop more. I recorded a lot. I've been in the tuck. I'm still ready to record, but I want to be more out there now. I want to start doing.
Yeah.
Shows hopefully on the horizon.
Yeah, some shows.
Might have something brewing.
Yeah, more
Got
videos.
some, but,
yeah, man.
Definitely more music on the way. More production, actual production for me on the way.
Yeah, Jordan picked up an MPC.
That did.
I'm not sure if I know what that is, but it's a gold one too. Jordan got a lot, man. This guy's crazy. But the MPC is like, you make the beats
He
on
making
there.
machine. You know the joint Ye used when he be punching on the pads.
Yeah, the
Similar-
pad.
Oh, like the soundboard type
Yeah,
drum.
yeah. So Jordan just got one
got
of them.
it.
So he's working. Yeah, it's about to get crazy because Jordan was already we was already locking in, finding certain sounds together. And we had worked with certain engineers when I would go, shout out Sid too. I would go to the studio a lot with my boy Seti Sosa. He make beats now too, they crazy. But I would go with
Sid,
him.
man.
Yeah, shout out Sid,
Shout
he
out
different too.
Seti Sosa.
I would go out to watch him a lot. He would go to the studio, and I would work with him, help him out. But we not brothers, you know what I'm saying? It's like Jordan for like a part of me. So it's like whenever we thinking about a sound, it just click. Even if it's, I don't want to say it's the hottest shit, but we thinking about the same thing. So you know what I'm saying? It's like we both be like here with it, and he might be like, oh yeah, I ain't think about put it on like that. But that's the same part I was gonna come in, or yeah, that's the same sound I need too, or that's the same kick you need too. It's like we always be on the same page with that. Like we always, yeah. So I feel like if he get NPC and he start making beats and we can even sounds, and we can take him to Joey or you know what I'm saying, whatever. Oh my God. So that's what's next. Just
Bro.
gonna be making videos and working on new sounds. Yeah.
Bro, thank you for putting effort into your craft,
Got to,
bro.
bro.
Thank you.
Got to, man. Appreciate it. But
Thank
yeah.
you for that, bro. I feel like people think they just fucking rap on beats and post links, and that's
Yeah,
just like
nah.
what happens.
Yeah, I seen a lot of that. I try to stay away from that.
Yeah,
like that
bro.
SoundCloud rapper. Like,
Yeah, son.
Nah.
Nobody's gonna click the fucking link in your
nah,
rap.
bro. You gotta do something.
feel
I
me?
also don't like niggas saying they got 300 songs in the tuck. Don't be
Yeah, I don't like
sitting
that
on
neither.
300
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah,
Like, why are you
sitting
sitting
on
on
300
with it?
300 whole
400
drums.
songs?
You feel me?
Yeah,
Just to be like, I'm sitting on heat.
right.
And you,
Like,
and
nah,
you
They
man.
need to
Ain't
get up
nobody
there
here.
because
You gotta drop it out. You gotta drop it before it get outdated. Like some of this shit be dated as hell.
Like,
Like, you
take
can't
your
even sit on
time with
it.
your craft, you know what I'm saying? Really put some effort into it. Like, listen to that shit over and over and really perfect it. Like, really take your time with it. Like, that shit is important. And you can hear the difference when people hear it. Like, people, like, you can tell that there's time put into it, you feel me? Like y'all was saying. So, I feel like that's important.
For sure.
Even if you a good freestyler, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with like sitting down with it after you freestyle and then doing it again. If it's really hot, like niggas just be like, oh, I said some hot shit, but it ain't come out right. You know what I'm
Type
saying?
shit,
I'm just
yeah.
keep it. That shit was fire. Like, nah, bro, like care about it a little bit.
Right,
Like polish it if you can. But
I heard somebody say, I was watching Pusha T. I was watching his Drink Champs. And he was saying how, I think it was Pusha T. And he was saying how, I think he was working with Pharrell. And he was saying how, like, he had to learn how to, like, condense his words because he would just want to rap. And if you rap, like you said, kind of like your boy Rilla, like you'll just go, and then like there's kind of no, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you try to do a song, you kind of squeeze a lot into a little space, like, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Right. And he was saying he had to learn how to like say things in like less time. Yeah, you feel me? Because like
digestible.
Yeah.
Like especially where we are today, like it's 2022. People are not listening to 4 or 5 minute songs. You notice how all the songs are shorter. Like it's very like precise now. People like ain't got time to be listening to 45 minutes worth of music. You feel me? Like so, you
gotta learn. And then I feel like what's good too. What I like to do is take breaks, take pauses in your music. I don't even mean like I mean like as you're recording. A lot of people I don't like twisted type rappers that just got the gift of gab, just like it's like some shit really sound better when you just stop.
Let the music breathe a little bit.
Yeah, just let it breathe. Like I be hearing that a lot too. Like take your fucking breath, bro. Like that shit gonna sound better. Pick it up on the next line. Fuck it, just drop it there. Just leave it there. Again, that shit gonna sound way better. But it's like people just like they jamming. Nah, man, you gotta take your time. You got to build anticipation, all that kind of shit is like big, real into the process.
And the work is very clear.
Yeah. Proof is in the pudding for sure.
The team you have around you is amazing. The team that you got, what you guys are creating together is amazing.
Shout out to squad,
y'all,
man.
Yeah, man.
Wouldn't be able to do none of this shit without everybody. Appreciate
you. Y'all, man.
Indeed.
I love Pennsauken.
Indeed. Listen, man. The kid is on all platforms. Apple Music, Spotify. It is there.
Grab that thing.
Wani and Jordan, we appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Ganging them.
Yeah,
For sure.
One more time for the host, man. My name is Steven. I go by Ugly Steven on Instagram.
I Robinson03_, all platforms.
We got OG_Bs_ who couldn't be with us today.
Shout out Bees, man. Yo, I miss Bees, man. My dog, man.
Shout out Bees.
I love you, bro.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Shout out Tay behind the camera.
Shout out Tay behind the camera, man.
That's my cousin.
Yeah.
All right, man. I love y'all.
Wait, should you guys plug your thing one more time? Yeah, plug your socials.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Y'all can follow me at everything _Wani Ray on Instagram. Matter of fact, on Twitter, it's Wonton Soup. I'm going to work on changing that, though. It's Wani Ray _. See?
Yeah.
She always corrected me when my time is off, man.
Indeed.
I know that. Hey, can I suggest something real quick? I feel like all entrepreneurs, I feel this way. I feel strongly about this. Should have the same name on all platforms.
That's a fact.
Right. For sure,
So
yeah. Yeah, that's why I got to do that.
If possible,
Yeah.
Figure out a way to get them all the same on everything.
All right.
Yeah. It was hard getting Wani Ray, too.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a little difficult because I had to get the _. I don't know if I got to pay somebody or some shit.
You probably just do, yeah.
But
You might even have to pay them, but they might ransom you.
Like really
Like
try
pay
to hold.
up, yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that though.
10 million.
Yeah, man. Wani Ray. Y'all can Google that, man. It's on all platforms, man. Y'all can Google Wani Ray. It'll pop up. I swear.
Indeed. I swear. And Jordan, what's the plug, Jordan?
Wani Ray, everything. Just follow him, man.
Man, humble dude, man. He just went behind the scenes doing the work, man.
Y'all gonna see it on the page.
Listen, man. Till next time, y'all. This Side of Jersey podcast.
Love y'all.
Woke up to a spliffin', you know a nigga be trippin'. Can tell you the way I'm spittin', all my written's just decisions of alcoholic, narcotic apologies to the victim of a system that'll strip us of all of our fucking diction. I'm just spittin' what I'm living, got writtens in triple digits about lynching and mass convictions, innocent black men killing. We got cameras scared, call the cops when niggas is outside chillin'. We got dirty cops, best believe that Metro be out scheme. Shout out my nigga Quavi, he just started business the other day. Shout out my nigga Mookie, bloodline all up in the nigga.